Now, have you ever had um, like a long-term reaction from coffee? And I'm talking about like I, you know, not kind of like a gluten reaction from coffee. Not like getting the runs. Okay, that's kind of, that can affect people that are sensitive to caffeine. I'm not talking about caffeine. I'm talking about something that I got gradually, and then it's at the point where I have 1 cup of coffee now, and it causes the next day sometimes, or later, several hours later, like in the night, if it was in the morning, where I have more gas, like horrible smelling gas, and my stool gets a little looser because I already have loose stools. Have you ever experienced that? So and if you know of a link of some research about it, saying that there's a protein in the coffee that acts like that can cause like kind of celiac type reactions. By the way, I don't have celiac according to my biopsy of my intestines. I tested positive though for the celiac gene test, but like you probably know 1/3 of Americans, I think they say, have that gene, and the people that have celiac is less than 1%. I mean, some go undiagnosed, but still, it's not going to be 33% of Americans. So I was positive for the gene test. I do believe I'm gluten intolerant. I don't have any gluten. Um, and sometimes I feel like I get gluten somehow. I don't know, but it's and I have IBS. I had that since my 20s. I was tested positive for a breath test for small intestinal bacterial overgrowth. So I have that. Um, like I mentioned, I thought I had gastroparesis, but it was a negative test on that. And they, I stopped the nicotine. I haven't had any rotten egg burps in a long time. Think you know who. Because that's the worst. You get that, I feel sorry for you if you get that a lot, but I gave some good advice about it, if you want to avoid that in my other video. So for this video, just wanted to mention that the coffee thing, I can't have coffee anymore. I loved it. Now I drink black tea. It's pretty good. I don't seem to have any reaction to it. But I barely eat any. I don't have a good variety of food that I eat. I have sensitivities to everything, you name it. Even chicken, where it causes diarrhea, when it comes out a day later, and bad gas, oh, it's horrible. And a whole host of foods, like I think eggs or the egg yolk, I seem to get diarrhea from. Gluten, fat, too much food makes me sick. So, anyways, that's kind of my story in a nutshell. Thanks.